5-1 UL? Tottenham Hotspur Stadium is set to host a Premier League clash as Tottenham welcome Crystal Palace for their 36th round encounter on Sunday, May 11, 2025, with kick-off scheduled for 22:15 Korea Standard Time. This fixture arrives at a pivotal time for both clubs, albeit for different reasons. Tottenham currently sit in the lower half of the table in 16th position with 38 points, reflecting a challenging league campaign marked by recent struggles. Their last 6 Premier League outings have yielded just 1 win, 1 draw, and 4 defeats. However, there has been a contrasting picture in Europe, where Spurs recently secured passage to the Europa League final after a convincing 2-0 victory, 5-1 on aggregate, over Bodo/Glimt on May 8. This European success provides a morale boost but also raises questions about squad fatigue as they transition back to domestic duties. Compounding their league woes is a significant injury list featuring key players like James Maddison, Lucas Bergevall, and Radu Dragusin, all ruled out for the season from midfield and defense, while the availability of star forward Son Heung-min remains uncertain due to a foot injury. Bridging the performance gap between their European exploits and domestic form will be crucial for Ange Postecoglou's side. Across the pitch, Crystal Palace arrives in a more stable mid-table position, sitting 12th with 46 points. Oliver Glasner's men have enjoyed a reasonably good run of form recently, registering 2 wins, 3 draws, and just 1 loss in their last 6 league matches. Key to their recent success has been the form of Eze, who has netted 3 goals in his last 5 appearances, showcasing his importance as their main attacking threat. The link-up play between Jean-Philippe Mateta and Eze Kamada has also been notably sharp, contributing to their positive momentum. As the season nears its conclusion, Palace appears to have found a good balance between integrating younger talents and relying on established senior players, fostering a cohesive and effective unit. Looking ahead to the anticipated lineups, Tottenham are expected to field a 4-2-3-1 formation, Guglielmo Vicario in goal, a back 4 of Pedro Porro, Christian Romero, Yiki van de Ven, and Destiny Udogie, a midfield pivot of Pape Sarr and Yves Bissouma, with Wilson Odobert playing ahead, and a front 3 of Dejan Kulusevski, Richarlison, and Mathys Tel. Crystal Palace is also predicted to line up in a 4-2-3-1 shape, Dean Henderson between the posts, a defensive line of Chris Richards, Maxence Lacroix, Marc Guéhi, Daniel Munoz, and Tyrick Mitchell. Note, this lists 6 defenders, likely indicating multiple defensive options or a slight formation variation like a back 5, but the graphic suggests a standard back 4 with Munoz and Mitchell as fullbacks alongside the center-backs Lacroix and Guéhi/Richards. A midfield featuring Will Hughes and Eze Kamada in deeper roles, supporting an attacking midfield trio of Eze and Ismaila Sarr, and Jean-Philippe Mateta leading the line. The injury list for the match confirms the absence of Sheikh Doucouré, Chadi Riyad, and Adam Wharton for Palace in addition to Tottenham's aforementioned absentees. Several key tactical battles are expected to shape the outcome of this fixture. Firstly, the impact of Tottenham's demanding European schedule versus Palace's singular focus on their league campaign will be significant. While the return of defensive stalwarts Romero and Van de Ven is a boost for Spurs, potential fatigue could affect their attacking fluidity and pressing intensity. Palace, on the other hand, is likely to maintain high energy and organizational stability, even away from home. The battle on the flanks will also be crucial. Palace's attack often originates from wide areas, with Sarr and Munoz providing overlapping runs and dribbles, allowing Eze to drift inside. Tottenham's ability to counter this threat through Udogie and Kulusevski, particularly in their defensive transition speed, will be vital. In the midfield, the control exerted by Eze Kamada through his forward passing and linking play will challenge the Tottenham double pivot of Sarr and Bissouma. The effectiveness of the Spurs duo in pressing Kamada and successfully escaping pressure will dictate who controls the central areas. Finally, set-piece vulnerability is a concern for Tottenham, who have conceded consecutive goals from dead-ball situations recently. Crystal Palace possess several aerial threats, including Lacroix and Mateta, increasing the risk of conceding from set pieces, particularly later in the match when fatigue may set in. Considering all these factors, predicting the outcome is challenging. Football statistics outlets Opta and Dimers have offered their predictions, with Opta's supercomputer giving Tottenham a 41% chance of winning, Palace a 35.8% chance, and a draw a 23.2% probability, suggesting a tight contest. Notably, a 1-1 draw is rated as the most likely single scoreline scenario when factoring in the likelihood of both teams scoring and potential fatigue. However, factoring in the nuances of the match, a narrow Tottenham victory is anticipated, with a predicted score of 2-1. Tottenham holds the home advantage and carries the positive momentum from reaching a European final, which could elevate their performance. Yet, their poor recent league form, 1 win, 1 draw, 4 losses, and the absence of key creative forces like Son and Maddison leave them somewhat predictable in attack. Their defensive frailties, especially from set pieces and lapses in concentration in the latter stages, remain a concern. Conversely, Crystal Palace boasts a well-organized defense and a sharp attacking second line spearheaded by Eze, backed by consistent recent results, 2 wins, 3 draws, 1 loss in the last 6 games. Despite Palace's stability and recent form, Tottenham's home ground and the psychological lift from their European success might just tip the scales in their favor, albeit in a closely fought encounter.